Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show. It's half morning show. It's pretty much all BS. And, of course, you got half the Koco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. It's right. Boom, boom, here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And, of course, join me there way across the pond in southern England, talking about the English stud muffin himself, LK. And, of course, we are joined tonight by a very special guest. He is coming to us live from North Central-ish California. He is Lucha Underground regular Vinny Massaro. Vinny, welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, well, hello there. I mean, I'm waiting for you to call me Stud Muffin or just something. I mean, you just came in like on hot fire, and it's like, it's Vinny Massaro. I'm like, wait a minute, where's my, the Doctor of Love? I mean, something. You got to give me,
Where do you prefer to be called, the Pizza Man or Mr. Nice Guy?
You know what? Either way is fine with me. Nice guy, Vinny. The Pizza Man. I love that. I mean, it is what I mean, there's I remember one of the old time wrestlers in the South used to be called Pork Chop Cash. I mean, I'll be Pizza Massaro in a heartbeat. I love it.
Yeah, and the whole thing, that's not a gimmick. You are genuinely from Sicily, right?
Yes, I was born there. I was born in Agrigento, which is pretty much the most southern point of Sicily. I lived there, and I moved to the United States when I was 10 years old. And but I mean, I still speak it. My parents, when I see my parents, we still speak Sicilian, Italian, and I went to Catholic school when I was young. I was an altar boy. I mean, I'm pretty much the most Italian guy you'll ever meet. I mean, I got it's those leisure suits you see on the show. Those are pretty much mine. I mean, there's no wardrobe. I bring my own wife beater and everything. I mean, the stains are there from mine because they're mine from when I bring in. So I'm pretty much the most Italian guy you'll ever meet.
Awesome. Now, if for those of you who are wondering, it's like, wait a minute, where have I seen Vinny? You will see him. Take two. Let's do that again in English. If you've watched season 1, you've seen him. He was in the first season, the first half of the first season of Lucha Underground. He unfortunately got his arm broken by Pentagon Jr. during his Path of Rage. He was out for about a couple of months. Came back, I believe was in a battle royal. That got interrupted. That got spoiled, I think, again by Pentagon Jr. But most recently, he's the guy who just wants to use the restroom. I mean, is that too much to ask? He just needs to go. But people keep talking in restrooms, and I don't know why they're so rude.
I don't understand it either. It's there's a perfectly good ring like 10 feet away. Go over there and have your battles. But no, go ahead. Cobra, Moon, and Drago, they have to fight it out in the bathroom, which is disgusting because, I mean, I don't even know why she's crawling on that thing. It's filthy, but whatever. I'm just trying to have, a snack in the bathroom because that's, when you have Brian Cage around, you can't really eat anywhere because he steals everyone's food and, so you gotta find places and time to have a snack wherever you can.
Absolutely, and guys, let's talk some Lucha Underground here. Now, we just had this episode was titled "The Gauntlet." This aired last night on the El Rey Network. The first thing we have here is we go nice little vignette here where Prince Puma, he shows up in this dojo that's run by Vampiro, and basically Vampiro tells Prince Puma to rise. They're in this mystical, like it looks like almost like an Asian dojo, and so it's like, you ready to start your journey through the darkness? He's like, I'm ready. He's like, okay, well, you pledge yourself to me. Puma agrees and refers to Vampiro as his master. They kind of recap the battle of the best of 5 series between Cage and Tejano, and so they start off with the first match here: Jeremiah Crane taking on Mil Muertes with Katrina. This match I liked, but I didn't like it. I liked it because I liked the idea of Jeremiah Crane versus Mil Muertes. I like the setup they did for it because apparently they've kind of teased that Jeremiah Crane and Katrina have had some kind of past, and then he wants to basically get Mil Muertes out of the way so he can get to Katrina or make her more accessible, I guess, for lack of a better term. Crane comes out the gate running, kicks Muertes in the face. The match starts, but Mortez quickly recovers and starts just absolutely destroying Crane. Then the ref was distracted by Katrina. Then Prince Puma, he comes in with a kendo stick. He cracks Mil Mortez a few times. This allows Jeremiah Crane to get a roll-up, get a quick pin on Mortez and gets the victory. Prince Puma does his flip in the middle of the seal, then bows before Vampiro. I liked it because I liked the idea of, so to speak, Prince Puma kind of going to the dark side, kind of like the Anakin Skywalker falling towards, the dark side, and where this is going to go, like where this feud with Mil Mortez, and then Jeremiah Crane, what's his relationship with Katrina? What's his end game? Does Ivelisse even know about this? But what I didn't like about it was just the fact that I think they could have done the same thing, but drug it out a little bit further. I really think they could have done this as a longer match, because I just don't picture Mil Mortez as somebody you crack one or two times with a kendo stick and he's just going to go down. I mean, the guy has been betrayed as almost like a god. Almost, he's like a zombie. He's like the Walking Dead. I mean, he's been beaten down and he just always comes back to life. He's almost like Jason Voorhees. He just keeps coming back. So I really wish if they were going to do that, they would have made this match a little bit longer to make it a little bit more believable, and maybe Puma could have used something like a chain or a chair, just something a little bit more believable. But that's all nitpicky. All in all, I liked it. LK, your thoughts on it?
Well, the Vampiro opening vignette. So I was there. It was 4 p.m. UK time. It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, the sun was shining. That's a lie. So I was in my room. Okay, and obviously I'm English, so there's no way for me to down watch this thing. So I put it on the PlayStation on the browser. Okay, so I turn the lights off. I shut all my doors. I close my blinds. It's getting all dark. It's all nice in there. Sadly, I didn't order a pizza. I wish I did now, talking about all this pizza. So I didn't order a pizza, which was bad of me. So I'm sat there, pitch black, and no one was in the house. Everyone was at work. I had my work today. No one was in. I had a great game of Battlefield earlier on. But back to this. Got the old pen and paper out. I look up, and I fucking see Vampiro looking like he's just got fucking murdered. I fucking shat myself. Legit nearly shat my pants when I saw Vampiro. He looked like one scary motherfucker. I then went and turned on the little nightlight like a little 6-year-old pussy. Unbelievable. I felt so ashamed. Unbelievable. But Mil Mortez and Dick, because, it got Crane the big win, which they can go back to and use that. I like the idea of Prince Puma and Mil Mortez being like, Sammy referred to it last week, the week before, as the Steve Austin versus Rock feud of Lucha Underground, so they can always just completely always go back to that. So I like the fact that they're continuing that, and just excited where they're going to go with Puma and Vampiro.
Vinny, besides you running in, what are your thoughts on the show right here in this particular segment?
No, I mean, I was also playing Battlefield before I watched, so I didn't nearly shat myself though. But maybe if I had it, I had lights on, so maybe that's why I didn't shat myself. But honestly, when I first saw it, the first thing that stood out to me was, yes, Vampiro looked like he was dead. I couldn't even see his eyes. But the other thing was, I basically thought that was the same dojo that he trained Pentagon in, which if he did, it'll be kind of interesting, because then basically, how Pentagon became Pentagon Dark, is Puma going to become Puma Dark? So that's what I thought of at first, when I saw that. But I totally agree with you guys about the match. I do wish it was longer, just because I believe those two guys are like the best brawlers, the two best brawlers in Lucha Underground. So we know when we see those two, when Jeremiah and Muertes actually do fight, it's just going to be like, how JR says the bowling shoe ugly. It's just going to be, they're just going to start hitting each other with everything. So, in that aspect, I did wish it was a little bit longer. But, I will say that, he got hit with a kendo stick, but at the same time, I think he got pinned because he was distracted instead of actually he got annihilated by that kendo stick. You know what I mean? Instead of like the chain, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just saying, it's like, I just don't picture, with the way they've been portraying Mil Mortez the first 2 seasons, I just don't picture him as somebody who gets distracted and, you crack him one time and he goes down that easily that early. You know, if it had been like a long like 10, 15-minute match and they're slugging it out and maybe Puma just clocks him with a cheek. I'm not saying that, it makes it just a little.
No. I completely understand. It's just like, it's just us, wanting more wrestling, heaven forbid. But, I think it was, like I said, I think it wasn't like he got hit the candlestick and then he was out cold and then he got pinned. He got hit with the candlestick, but then he was distracted by Puma. Almost like, how like just if Puma would have just shown up and just appeared and then he's looking, turns around and gets kicked in the face and then quick roll up pin or something like that. I think that's the same. It will be like the same thing. But I do agree. I can't wait to see them. Man, I can almost imagine like a Jeremiah Crane Muertes, Grave Consequences match. I mean, that would be insane. But everything else, I agree with you guys. And yeah, Vampiro did look crazy. I mean, he looked scary to begin with, but yeah, that looked even worse.
Yeah,
we get one of these scary ass things to kick off the show. Go a bit caught. You're just sitting in the background, just maybe walk in, and then Vampiro hisses at you or something, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Because I tell you what, if I shit myself every week for the next 52 weeks of the year, I'm gonna have to get loads of fucking boxer shorts for my fucking.
All right, well, I don't recommend eating a pizza then, because man, that's gonna be messy. I swear, that's gonna be if you do all that together, that's just gonna be a mess. So I don't guarantee. I mean, but at the same time, that's why you go and you take the pizza with you to the bathroom, so you can do kind of like both. You know what I mean? Like kind of like how I do it.
I guess. And then if I watch the show on my tablet, watch the opening 5 minutes on the tablet on the toilet, have the pizza, perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
And then Shat and pizza and then Lucha. I mean, that's a shirt. I don't know if that's not a shirt. I don't know what is. Pizza, Lucha, Shat, in that order. Repeat. I don't know. Whatever. But
hey. Works for you. And I love how Lucha Underground really sets the tone with the vignettes. They carry on stories with outside of the ring with those, and it's one of the things that makes Lucha Underground different. Now I look at your career, I could see it going far back as 1997. You started out, at least from what I can gather with my research, is with Vic Grimes. And I know you've been around here and just someone who's been through the independents. I know you've been, had some time in XPW, the APW, EWF, Wrestling for Charity. I've seen a lot of those things that you've been involved with, and so when you got to Lucha Underground, how could you tell, like, this was like, wait a minute, this is different? Because how is this different from like your standard indie fed?
Oh, well, it's 100 times different. It's it's like when you're an indie fed, no matter what, you're like, okay, it's easy because I'm wrestling, no big deal. I'm in my comfort zone. Get me in the ring. With this, there's so many things that that they ask you to do that it's out of your comfort zone. That is so much fun. That's why I love it. And it's like I've never done vignettes before. I've done vignettes, but it's just usually like stand off to the side and go, hey, I'm gonna beat you up later on in the match, and then that's it. Just go on and walk to the ring. But this is, this is nuts, and but it's crazy because it's like kind of like it's the best of both worlds because you wrestle in this temple, but there's like maybe like 500 people. I don't even know how many people they are, but they feels like 1,000. I mean, they're all on top of you and they're screaming. I remember Conan, like the first time, the first season, he was telling me like it felt for him, it felt like the ECW arena, which it was amazing. Because that's like one of the the hollow grounds of pro wrestling, the ECW arena. But it's just there's so much stuff that that happens and that goes on, and with the characters. And I mean the wardrobe, the set direction, and there's I feel like there's everywhere I turn there's a camera on me. It's it's insane, and then plus two is like all the fans. I remember like when. When people were hinting about like they saw like the man in the limo, everyone's like, oh, that's Vinny Massaro, and it's that's there's there was people made stories and fan creations. I've never been involved in anything like that. It's amazing. It's like I said, it's the best of both worlds. It's like being on a TV show and a great wrestling promotion. So in that aspect, I love it.
Yeah, I know one thing that you'd mentioned was, Conan had originally approached you about the Lucha Underground project, but what I heard was that instead of waiting on a phone call to come in and jump in and join the temple, you just actually just showed up. You just showed up like the first day and like, hey guys, I'm here, and they used you.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. You know, I had a tryout with Conan at a gym in San Jose for Pro Wrestling Revolution, and you know, Conan said he liked my work, and you know, he was working on this promotion. You know, he was going to be part of this promotion in LA. It's going to be kind of like AAA, but with with more, you know, with a network, you know, with the El Rey network. And he was like, oh, you know, I do want to use you. I just don't know when, but I want to use you. Well, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit here and wait. You know, I've been in pro wrestling long enough that people who sit and wait don't get anything. So, you know, I heard about it. I kind of, you know, figured out where it was, and I just drove myself down there, you know, and just, you know, basically just parked myself there and just told everybody that I'm here and introduced myself to Chris Dejoseph, and slept in the parking lot in the car, and you know, in my car, and just kind of waited, and then you know, DJ called me up and told me, hey, you know, you're here, he's like, you know, he liked that from because it showed that I wanted to be here, and he gave me a job, and you know, after that, it's, you know, basically so the main thing is I owe everything, this whole Lucha Underground experience, to Conan and to Chris Dejoseph.
See, persistence pays off. I love that. All right,
so show's good, isn't it? That's good. Respect for that. Respect.
No, thank you.
All right, so we have another backstage segment. Sexy Star, she's working out, and then a super fan comes by complimenting Sexy Star, but he's obviously
whoa. Who would you say?
A super fan.
Oh, that's Ricky Mandel. Come on.
That was Ricky Mandel. Oh, okay. I didn't recognize him because he hasn't God, who's he? He's been one of the Disciples of Death. And
has he? I don't even know that.
Ricky Mandel was one of the Disciples of Death. I know he made an appearance in Aztec Warfare in
right.
Like a few weeks ago, season 3.
Well, okay. I know Ricky Mandel as my fellow arm breaker guy in the first from season 1. But yeah, no, I know that was Ricky Mandel. I'm surprised people didn't recognize him or catch on to that.
Yeah, he looked a lot different in the Battle Royal. I think I think this guy had long hair, whereas Mandel, like, he had a very, very, very close cut haircut and just like a small goatee at the time. I don't know how far, or if that was makeup, or how far apart that was shot. But no, I actually did not recognize him. So appreciate you for pointing that out. But I guess Mandel, playing a Johnny Mundo superfan, complimented Sexy Star, kept, you know, bragging about how Johnny Mundo's the best, and said, oh, by the way, there was a gift for you. It was left at catering. And then he walked off, and Sexy Star opened it, and turns out there was a spider inside. So again, somebody's continuing to plant spiders around Sexy Star and harass her. Interesting to see where this goes. Then Tejano, he's backstage, and he got interrupted by Famous B and the beautiful Brenda. And basically he made a pitch saying that, you know, to be his agent, to represent him, because, you know, he's got a lot of tools, but he's not connecting with the audience. It's like they're cheering you, but they don't care about you. I loved how they did that. And he said, you know, just think about it. So I think there was some two great stories back to back. One, who was stalking Sexy Star, and 2, Famous B looking to get another client. Okay.
I mean, with the Sexy Star stuff, I'm happy that at least during this whole episode, I'm not the only person who shat myself during this show. I feel a lot more relaxed. I felt, all right, if Sexy Star can shit herself, so can I. But, you know, obviously this stuff's taped. So, Vinny, I'd scoop and tell us that it was you, wasn't it, who was sending Sexy Star this stuff. We know it's you. We do know it's you. We predicted it last week for months. Well, yes. It's all I'm hearing on the webs.
Yes, I mean, it's. I'm gonna go ahead and do a spoiler alert. It's definitely me, because if I can shit in the bathroom, then everybody's gonna shit in the locker room. So I'm gonna have her shat herself in the locker room with the spider. That's my gimmick. I am the defecation master. I basically will make people shit themselves. That's my gimmick. You got it. You figured it out. Man, you're good. Those English people, man, they're like Sherlock Holmes, man. They can figure everything out.
Oh, they're making a new one of them, Sherlock. Oh, fuck. You two should watch it. If you just type in Sherlock on Google, it's on the English Netflix. I don't know if it's on the American one. and it's absolutely brilliant. They've made it modern and 21st century, so there's mobiles and everything in it. It's absolutely brilliant. I recommend everyone to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I also like the Tejano segment too. I mean, one, Sexy Star liked it. I want to see who's stalking her. I think we may have the inside track. But I like the Tejano because I think what Famous B was saying, I really felt like he hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think who is it here? I think it was Rennie. Yeah, it was Rennie Psalms here in the with the Internet Infantry. He says Tejano doesn't get the credit he deserves by the U.S. fans. The reason why he is the youngest and longest reigning AAA mega champion in history. Tejano also wrestled in CMLL before becoming popular in Mexico before joining AAA. So, I do think Tejano is underrated. I think, he gets cheered, but I don't think there's that wow factor.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I don't know why that is either. I mean, Tejano did work CMLL. He's worked AAA, and he's also worked New Japan a lot of times. And some of his New Japan stuff is great. And plus, he comes from, his father's, is obviously El Tejano, and he's, a tremendous wrestler in his, himself. But I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't, doesn't get enough recognition. I know the ladies love him because when he comes out, all the ladies at the temple call him Sexano, which is really weird and awkward. But I don't know. Maybe Famous B does have something. Maybe Famous B's right. I mean, he's got that. I mean, I just can't see Dr. Wagner and Tejano together. That just seems weird to me.
Strange bedfellows, my friend. Strange bedfellows that professional wrestling will create. Is there speaking with the Mexican talent, is there I don't want to say barriers on a racial level, but is there kind of barriers, I guess kind of cliquey in the locker room, because obviously not everybody's going to speak English, not everybody's going to speak Spanish. So is there kind of cliques, kind of go off in your corner where these guys can? I mean, how's the backstage atmosphere?
No, not really. I actually think about it, not at all, because I don't know. It's just weird. I guess it's a different atmosphere. I've heard it from other people that have been in the WWE in the past that this locker room is completely different than others. But I think maybe for other people get that, but I don't. One because I understand. When the guy speaks Spanish, I understand it just because I know how to speak Italian, so it's pretty much the same. And honestly, I've watched so much lucha that I kind of know, all kind of the guys, and I know the moves and everything. So but no, I mean I think it's I don't see that at all happening at Lucha Underground. So no, there really isn't any. There's no, everybody doesn't. There's no separate locker rooms or anything for anybody like that. I mean, I do. I mean, let's put it this way. I do. It is kind of, Brian Cage sits by the catering and eats all the food, and I hang out by the bathroom and try to get a snack. I mean, that's pretty much the only clique that we got.
Oh, okay. Are some of the luchadors kind of, shocked about the reception they've gotten here in the United States?
Yeah. I think Aerostar is one of those guys where he's kind of he appreciates all the fans, like making all these videos for him and all this other stuff. So I know he appreciates it, but I know a lot of the other guys, especially when now that the Lucha guys have have worked indie shows and they get like a ridiculous ovation, people are like, holy crap, that's kind of weird. But no, yeah, it is, it's especially weird. Like I remember the first time Taya came to the temple, like the very first match she was in, she was kind of like a surprise. She kind of wrestled a match, and everybody started chanting like "Where Loca?" So they already knew like her gimmick. They already knew like her chant, and that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? She was like, "Oh my goodness, that's crazy." They already know who I am, and you know what I mean. But I think because of Lucha Underground, a lot of the fans are starting to watch more AAA on YouTube and other stuff like that. So I think they all know who everybody is already. They know who Daga is when he first came in. They already knew who he was, and they knew who Tejano was when he first came in. So that part's kind of nice.
Hey man, that's interesting because I mean, I talked with, when we did the interview with Dejoseph, he was like, in some cases, some of these luchadors are more over in the U.S. now than they were in Mexico, and I just kind of blew my mind. I was like, what do you mean? You mean Phoenix, Aerostar, and Pentagon Jr.? They're not like gods down in Mexico? How is this?
Yeah, well, I think it's just kind of like anything, you see, you see that person, I mean, it's like saying, hey, there's it's Phoenix. He's a high flyer that wears a mask in Mexico. I mean, I know Phoenix is exceptional talent, but there are a lot of guys in Mexico like that. But when you come over here, it's kind of insane. I mean, it's like when you have Brian Cage go down to Mexico, people are freaking out because it's this giant guy that's doing power bombs. But I mean, here in the States, he's not like the only person that does that. So it's just kind of like, I guess it's the atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
okay, makes more sense.
It's the way it is. But yeah, I mean, there's nobody that looks like Phoenix or Pentagon around here at all. Like not even close. So I think when people see that, and all the paint and the intricate masks, because I mean obviously those masks come from Mexico. It's very hard for an American guy to get that kind of mask with all that detail on it. So people do enjoy it for sure. And yeah, I mean for sure. I mean you look at AEW, I mean Pentagon and Phoenix. I mean, they're like, you gotta say they're like one of the top stars of 2016 when it comes to U.S. independence. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Now I'm just gonna go to the second match of the night. This is a tag team action. We had Jack Evans and PJ Black representing the Worldwide Underground taking on Angelico and Son of Havoc. I liked this match until the very end, but that for a different reason. This started out as I think is a really standard tag match here. But it appears to me that two people suffered injuries, and Angelico particularly. He was coming off the rope. It's like he was doing like a springboard, and he came down like at an angle, and he was grabbing his elbow. And then I just see the Son of Havoc completely start taking all the offense from Jack Evans and PJ Black. And then I come to find out, I heard that Jack Evans had injured his jaw in that match. It may have happened when he hit that corkscrew on Son of Havoc for the win. And I just felt so bad because, Angelico just came back from a knee injury, and then he come like second, third match back, hurts his elbow, and then Jack Evans hurt his jaw. And I actually heard he went and wrestled either the rest of the season or had some more independent matches with his jaw wired shut. I mean, were you there when all this went down?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anybody that knows Jack Evans, yes, he was definitely his jaw was wired shut because he didn't talk so much, was just kind of nice for if you know Jack Evans, he likes to talk. So, but no, I mean, but also but seriously, it's very unfortunate anytime any gets seriously injured like that. And it was just like a freak accident, just things happen. It's I can't. It's really unfortunate when it happens. It's but it's really weird when it happens to two people in the same match. So yeah, and you never want to have permanent injury, not any kind of injuries. Where you got to take time off or. It's that's no fun. That's for damn sure. But yeah, no, I agree. The match got, they had to call, stuff happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think I think at one when Angelico rolled out, I think he was they were looking at him, but then PJ Black just kind of like, okay, well let me just hit this 450 on him, which I'm sure Angelico was scared to death because. Having your arm like that and then having, the Darewolf come at you with the 450, I'm sure it can be fun. So, but I'm just glad nothing really bad happened. But yeah, that's really unfortunate because I mean that match would have been outstanding if everything was if everybody was safe and everybody was not safe, but everybody was healthy enough to continue it. But yeah, it's a shame it has to end like that.
Yeah, because it looked to me, I don't know, LK, if you could tell from there, because I think it was Marty Elias. I forgot who the official was, but I saw him like throw up the X, but you could see the camera was kind of turning so that way you couldn't fully see it, and they really started focusing on Son of Havoc, and I was like, okay, something's up, because you just don't. Because usually in wrestling, if somebody's like hurt, like legit, they really don't want to get the camera. They don't want to draw any attention to it, and that let me know something was up. And then come to find out that Jack Evans got hurt. And I just felt like the match it wasn't their fault, and I'm glad they went ahead and wrapped up. I just think this was supposed to be a longer match for the way it looked. But LK, I mean, what did you think about the match prior to the injuries?
I mean, there's not much you can really talk about, is it? It was just getting going, and then what happened. And I told you about playing Battlefield, and when you're playing Battlefield, you get a bit angry. You know, you curse a lot of the TV, and so I've already got that mentality going. And then you could see him bump. I was like, for fuck's sake, like, we don't know. We don't follow the spoilers. Follows who gives us spoilers, we block. Mm-hmm. Like, generally, we do not know anything. We knew nothing about these tapings. So I didn't know he was going to get injured. So seeing him get injured was just like, fuck's sake, like, he just got back. And I was so pumped for his run. You know, they're talking about doing stuff with Johnny Mundo and the Lucha Underground title. And it was so frustrating. And I was like, no, please, no, it's just cruel. I felt for the guy. And, you know, we're not the biggest Jack. Well, I don't know about Booms, but me and Sammy aren't the biggest Jack Evans fan. But I don't wish injury on anyone. Fucking cruel. And it sucks because not only did we miss out on a good match, he's going to miss out on hopefully not appearances. And it just sucks for the guy. It just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's just no fun. I mean, it's because his arm, you know, it looked like his elbow got dislocated, which, you know, I'm sure can be fun just living life with dislocated elbow, and then, you know, Jack Evans with if he, you know, his jaw, you know, I hear, you know, he had to get his jaw wired, so pretty much you're eating, you know, liquids for, you know, a month, which, I mean, you know, to me that sounds like the worst thing of all time. I mean, I don't know how a pizza shake would be, but I might have to do that, but. I don't know. I mean, that sounds like the worst idea ever, is having liquids for a month. But, you know, but besides that, you know, injuries, you know, with pro wrestling, they do happen. It's happened to me, and, you know, and it's always worse when you see other people go through it.
My nightmare about having my jaw wired shut is that I'd only think about two things: one, don't cough, and two, don't throw up.
Oh. My goodness. Oh. That, you know what? This has been one of the most disgusting things I've ever endured. We talk about so far. We talk about shatting ourselves.
Yes, we've devolved into toilet humor.
Vomiting with wires shut. I mean, what's next? I mean, I'm, you know, I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's just, you know, it's fun though. But no, I'm kidding. It's you know, you guys hit it around the head. I mean, it's. You pretty much, you know, I agree with that 100%. It's just so, you know, you feel for the guy because he just came back, and, you know, and now he's hurt again.
All right, well, we go to another backstage immediately afterwards. Sexy Star stormed in. By the way, she's my Mexican internet wife, by the way, for those of you keeping count. And that's a big joke around here. I was afraid I'll let you in on it. It's like earlier this summer, Sexy Star had tweeted out, it was something like she was having, I don't know if it was kayfabe or not, but it's like some contractual disputes with AAA. And I saw that she was going through something kind of bad. So I just, you know, figured I'd chime in. So I just went on Twitter, which I'm not on all that often. I'm a pretty boring guy on Twitter. And I sent her a tweet, and I just said, you know, why don't you come to the United States? We love you here. And then she liked it. And of course, I turned into like a fucking 13-year-old schoolgirl. I was just like, oh my God, she liked my tweet. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Oh man.
And I told Sammy, our other co-host, about it. And he said, well, by the laws of the internet, I think you're married now.
Yeah.
So jokingly, I said, it's my Mexican internet wife.
Pretty much. Yeah. You know, it's, I agree. You know, I think it's pretty much the way it is. You know, you just gotta go for it. I will get T-shirts made. You know, I would change your name. I would legally change your name. Why not? Or I just do it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you are the. I mean, you are the stud muffin, right? I mean, so I mean, you know, I mean, might as well just change it to the sexy stud muffin star. I mean, why not? You know.
Yeah, there you go. It works out. And of course, she'd have to accept my hand in marriage, and she would probably clock me. Well deserved, though. But she
Yeah,
demands.
you'd be a bitch. You would be her bitch. You really would be her bitch.
I
Wow.
might actually like that, but that's a different story for a different day.
Wow.
Jesus Christ
Holy
Almighty!
crap. We've just met, and yet I know way too much about you.
But she immediately demands a match with Mariposa. Dario said, okay, he'll give her the match next week. So hopefully we'll find out next week, the big reveal, who's sending her the spiders. And then we get to our main event. It's Tejano versus Cage. This is match 4 in their best-of-5 series. This match really doesn't have a chance to get going. Cage takes a nasty bump. He hit that piece of iron that connects the ring post to the turnbuckle. He hits that, busts himself wide open. He gets bloodied. Tejano takes advantage, hits with a sit-down power bomb, gets the win, evens up the series 2 apiece. Then Dario Cueto comes out and he says, you know, good job on the series so far, but you know what? We're going to do match 5 right now. And, oh, by the way, it's going to be anything goes. And this is one thing I like about Lucha Underground. It's like the writers or Dario or who's ever doing this, it feels like they're really in my head, because I kept thinking the whole time, it's like, God, it's taking us forever just to get to match 4. How much longer am I have to wait to get to match 5? I want to see who wins this. It's like, can I wait another 6-7 weeks for this to get done? And, oh, man, this match is over already. And then all of a sudden, okay, no, we're going to do the 5th match right now. And I'm like, whoa, it's like they're in my head. It's like I feel like Lucha Underground really knows their audience. I mean, just Vinny, have you been privy to, you know, some of the writing and some of the thought processes that go into, you know, some of the storylines?
No, I don't know anything. Much like you guys, I don't read any of the spoilers. So unless I'm there at the temple, I don't know what happens. And the other thing is they don't. It's the vignettes are shot in close sets, and they don't share anything. So I don't know anything that's going on. I know nothing with vignettes, with storylines. I don't know anything that's going on. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I was, you know, when he said match 4, I was like, match 4. I was like, man, I could have sworn it was like this is the 5th one, but it was only 4. And yeah, when he got that quick pin, I was like, oh. And I looked at the clock and I was like, wait a minute, is there another match? And then when Dario Cueto come out, and I was like, oh, bless you, base god Dario, and made the match exactly. And of course, I mean, Brian Cage. He's already busted open. Sure, let's make it a anything goes match, because that's perfect.
Yeah, and this turned into an old a hoss battle. These two guys started brawling. They went up. They went to the outside. He hit him with that water cooler, which, by the way, I love that thing. That's old school. That old school metal water container. They went to the stands. They did a suplex on the bleachers. They went through the barricades. I think somebody got thrown into like the chairs at ringside. Tejano hit a beautiful spine buster on Cage on that steel chair. Cage got out of the way of a springboard. They got back up, started trading blows. Tejano locked on a crossface. I thought the match was about to end right there, but Cage rolled it into a pin attempt. There was a what was it? Cage picked up Tejano and hit him with this vicious. It was like almost like a Michinoku driver. Gets the win, and then Dario congratulated him and told him, "Okay, I'm gonna, because the opportunity or my unique opportunity." It's really freaking awesome, but not enough for the believers to see. So you're gonna have to come here and come into my office. They immediately go backstage and they open up this trunk. It's glowing on the inside. It turns out to be like a gauntlet. Looks like something from like a medieval knight. Cage is like, "No, I'm not into Renaissance fairs. You can keep it." It's like, well, just try it on. So Cage puts on the gauntlet. He immediately grabs Dario by the throat. There's electricity going through. He goes, "You know what? On second thought, I think I'm going to keep this." So I'm interested to see where this goes, because I know storyline-wise they're talking about needing a vessel for this whatever being that's coming for the end of the world. I'm wondering if Cage is going to be that person, if he's going to be some kind of enforcer. I don't know where they're going with it. And I think with Tejano, I think maybe they've got it set up to where he wants to reconsider, his career path right now. Might hook up with Famous B. We need to see who's stocking Sexy Star. You got the Mac versus Johnny Mundo next week. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff going on, and I fucking love it. I think it was a really well done series here. I mean, I have no complaints on that. And plus, here's the thing that it doesn't really bug me, but like guys like Tejano and Cage, just by looking at them, you think, okay, these are just big guys. You're thinking stuff like, Vader, Hansen, like big guys who just beat you up. But these guys can move. Vinny, you're a little bit bigger guy yourself, but you can move too. I mean, what is it? Is it just about the style? Is it just a tribute to your athleticism that allows guys that size to move like that?
Honestly, it's just kind of like, we're in that. I think it's just the environment that we're in, because I mean, we come to the temple and we're looking at the practice ring, and Aerostar is doing like 19 million springboards to the outside, and then we're like, oh, Phoenix comes in and does all the twirly stuff, and we're like, man, let me try it, and because you just you see someone do that stuff, you just want to you want to give it a chance, and then the Lucha guys, they kind of show us what to do, and what kind of steps to do, we kind of try it out, and it sure does work out. With Brian Cage and Tejano, it's annoying. Those guys are ridiculously huge, and they're over there doing dives like the cruiserweights, and they're doing all these crazy moves. But it is very annoying because Brian Cage is doing standing moonsaults. I'm like, come on, bro, just you're a big guy, take it easy. But he can do all kinds of stuff that you'd be surprised what he can do.
Absolutely. I'm just amazed at a lot of the athleticism from especially from the larger guys. But here, okay, now we've pretty much got this wrapped up. You ready to take some questions from the internet infantry?
Oh man, I don't know if I want to do that. That's always bad news. But I mean, real quick before we get to that, I just want to point this out: all the bleachers, the water cooler, all the stuff that you guys see, everyone's like, oh man, what is that? Is that like props? I'm like, no, all that stuff really does hurt. It's all like, it's an actual water cooler. It's rusty. It's not healthy. I don't know why we shouldn't be hitting ourselves with it, but we do anyway. Those bleachers, it's wood. They're bleachers and they hurt like hell. So just wanted to throw that out because everyone's like, oh, what is that? Is that like a particle board, or is that everyone thinks we got like movie magic and Robert Rodriguez CGI or something, but no, all those things are legit and they all hurt, and we're all stupid for doing it, but we still do it.
Yeah, they only say that so they can look intelligent. Oh, I know what they are. I know they're specific for that. I said, no, you don't know. Shut the fuck up and just enjoy what you're watching. Stop commenting. Like, seriously, you're watching this amazing match with Cage and Tejano, instead of like going along with the story, you're worried about what the bleachers are being made of. Like, does it really matter?
Oh yeah,
even if they weren't real,
right?
It still doesn't matter, does it?
It's honestly, we have a giant. It's a big. We actually wrestle in a giant green screen. It's all foam, and then they add in the bleachers and the ring and the blood later on. We wrestle. We're all green, like the like in the video games. You have the little peg balls on our suits, and they add that in all later on. It's all CGI. It's Dario doesn't even exist. It's all like It's all Star Wars CGI guy. He doesn't. It's great stuff.
So in the temple, the next cage match, he's legit going to have that glove with electrical bulbs coming out of it. He's going to be in the ring with it because it's all CGI.
Right. It's all going to be, it's actually being done in Japan right now. It's being in a computer. It's all computerized. They're just going to grab the mold from Brian and just do it. It's no big deal.
I love this guy. He cracks me up. Okay, let me just ask you this. As I touched on earlier, you've been wrestling since you were like 16. You started out with Vic Grimes. You've been in the ring with the likes of Timothy Thatcher, Joey Ryan, Doug Williams, TJP. And now you're doing stuff with Lucha Underground. How is this differing from like independence, like as far as like in-ring style, the atmosphere? I know you kind of touched on some of this, but overall, what's like the differences and similarities?
The similarities is it's still about the in-ring work. The fans at the temple are smart. If you go out there and you have this nice costume, but you can't wrestle, they'll boo you. You know what I mean? They're not just gonna be like, oh, he's a good character, I don't care what he does. You still got to go out there and wrestle. And that's I think that's the reason why people actually know who I am, is because they know that, hey, that guy is yeah, he got killed by Pentagon, but he's a good wrestler. So that's why when they still like me, because I mean, obviously for all reasons you should boo the hell out of me. Who the hell am I got killed in like 2 minutes by Pentagon, but for some reason people, I mean, maybe they just want to see me lose, but that's besides the point. But that's the one thing, is they're educated fans, and you still got to go in there, you still got to perform. It's also it doesn't matter what you come to the ring, but you still got to perform in the ring. And obviously different is there's just so many high level. There's WWE guys, there's Lucha guys, there's guys that have wrestled in Japan, guys that have wrestled all over the world. So there's so many different styles and so many different talents, and they're all inside the one ring. And we're all kind of blending. We're not just doing one style. We're not everyone's doing Lucha. They're kind of even like if you watch the AAA guys wrestle at Lucha, they wrestle differently than they do in AAA. They're wrestling more Americanized Lucha, if that makes any sense. It's more like a ECW Lucha, like when Rey Mysterio and Juventud wrestled at the ECW arena instead of just Arena Mexico or AAA kind of Lucha, if that makes any sense.
Okay, well, and I also got to ask, man, when are you going to get back in the ring? Have you had the opportunity, or has there been some dark matches, or been something? I mean, we want to see it.
Yeah, I believe it's coming up. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers because I don't want you guys to block me and kick me out. But yeah, there's you will see some in-ring action. It's coming for sure. And that's all I'm gonna say. No spoiler. No shatting myself in the bathroom. Nothing like that. No, there's no Moss with no shat, match or anything with Sexy Star.
So the next time you're in the toilet, okay, and you're in the toilet and you're doing your stuff with the pizza on the Lucha Underground, how about you have on the pizza, instead of giving away publicity to this pizza delivery service, why don't you smack a big KocoSports sticker on there? Just smack a big, huge KocoSports sticker on there.
I dig it. I don't see why not. It's what I mean, what you tell me, what would be what kind of food? Because the first time I had pizza, even though everybody said it was a taco, which is really racist, and then the second time I had a chicken wing. So like, what do you recommend? You like rent some fish and chips for to help you to help you?
Yes.
Get some fish and
chips.
Yeah, that'd be good. I want to try some stuff. Maybe your boss can give me some Irish Canadian food. I don't even know if that exists, but we can figure some things out. Some cocoa, maybe a hot cup of cocoa, but with a K. We could work.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
See, that's my mind. That's where my mind goes. It's you put a big fist on the cocoa, and then it's like, I'm gonna enjoy this KocoSports mug. Like Wayne's World. Product placement. You got to do it. It's no big deal.
And one thing. And are you gonna be yourself, or are you doing like an original character?
Yeah.
Don't give that away.
I mean, I'm gonna. Of course. How can you not? What are you gonna? I'm gonna be Vinny Massaro in the toilet, and then when I come out, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I'm like the opposite superhero. In the bathroom, I'm Vinny Massaro. When I come out, I'm like, I'm actually okay.
Dude, what I want.
I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert. I'm actually the really tall snake guy. I know it's CGI again. They add tattoos and like 5 feet, of just mass and long hair. That's me. Now, it's kind of hard to hide this Italian, all my body hair. It's kind of hard to hide anything underneath this, but it's.
Yeah.
I think the fans want to see Vinny Massaro, come out of the bathroom with a slice of pizza and then beat the shit out of somebody. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, your next entrance, I want it to be. Do you know Goldberg gets the knock on the door and he comes out? I want yours to be. You hear a knock on the toilet door, the door opens, and you go, oh crap! I was just enjoying my
literally
KocoSports tea. You then put the tea down. You then get fired up. You all get fired up. You walk in the ring. You then smash the shit out of Johnny Mundo and win the Lucha Underground title. You then bring that and rename that the KocoSports Championship Wrestling World Championship, and we're all happy.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You could have said this last week when you had DJ on here. He would be the guy to talk to. But
I'll private message him that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I can't wait for that response.
I think I might be blocked myself.
Who is this? New phone? Who this?
Would you be opposed to playing like an original character? I know they've got. I know that the gentleman who currently plays Saltador. This is his third character. He's been El Mariachi Loco. He's been El Siniestro de la Muerte, and now he's Saltador. So and then Mala Suerte. That was Mr. Cisco. So, I mean, they're having all kinds of guys to recycle. I know Ricky Mandel is somebody we'd also mentioned. He'd also been a disciple of death. Would you be opposed to being like an original character?
I mean, it's that's part of Lucha Underground, that everybody loves. It's trying to be a new character. Yeah, of course. I mean, anything. I mean, when I first started, I was, Little Dick Grimes, and I wore a mask, and I was going through cars and windshields. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to doing anything crazy, but honestly, the writers have done such a great job. Is whatever they tell me to do, I'll be for it, just because it's so exciting to see what they could come up with. But I don't know. I think I'm if I do have a new character, I just hope I go out like Elvis in a toilet. That would be pretty good.
Nice.
Go into the infantry questions, Booms. Otherwise, they're going to shout at you in the post comments.
Well, they're going to do that anyway. So while I'm looking up, I do gotta ask one question before I get to those. Are you hopefully going to score a win? Are you going to hopefully score a win this time soon? When I was doing research on you, looking back, the last match that I can see you actually won, or at least credited that I could find, and correct me if I'm wrong, was back in June of 2015. You defeated
holy shit
Pistolero.
Jesus! Don't believe anything you read on the internet. That's just false. That's ridiculous. Stats, numbers. Come on now. Those are all. Those just be it's a Wikipedia. Anybody can go on there. That's ridiculous. But yes, my friend. Anytime I go in the ring, I would like to win. That is the key. That is the goal. And unfortunately, I've wrestled. I got an Pentagon who for some reason wanted to break my arm and then put me through a table, and then I honestly, to be honest, win my the Four Corners match when Tejano ran in and interfered. Isn't that a win on my end?
Yeah,
all right, never mind.
We'll count it. I'll allow it.
Your smile is just ridiculous, and you're pretending to rub a goatee that's not there. So I don't believe anything. Right. So but you're pretending
him from the cool. Do you want me to kick and block him from the cool?
Yeah, I maybe next time you should have the other guy with his kid there, because maybe he'll take me seriously.
Oh no, I'm hurt. Now I'm gonna cry. That's not pretty.
Oh, stop it! I'm just kidding. I'll tell Sexy Star to come over and
yes,
take care of you.
Sweet.
Sweet. Wow. Sweet. Yes. Pump. Sexy Star's coming over. Yes.
I'm about to say, what is the appropriate response?
Look at you. Wow. Is the computer all right? Because you are bright red. You're like, your whole face is completely red. I don't know if you guys can see that right now, but I mean, there you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Completely. Wow. That. Oh no. There you go. Look at that.
I've lit up like the Christmas tree behind me.
Pretty much, you know. All right.
Get to their questions, Booms,
Now-
before they beat you up.
All right, let's get to some here. Let's see here. Vinny's ring gear needs to be a giant lunch board and have a whole bunch of advertising, literal walking billboard.
I'm for it. Why not? Let's do it. Let's put KocoSports in my butt. Let's put LKM on the front. Let's just do it all. I'll be like a NASCAR driver. Wasn't there a gimmick like that in WCW? A NASCAR driver? I'll do it again. I don't.
Oh, that was WWF. That was Bob Holly's original gimmick.
No. There was like the pit crew guy in WCW. Come on, internet, help me out. Somebody on YouTube's got to put that up. There was like a WCW guy with the pit crew. He was like, he afterwards he became the Kiss, the demon from Kiss.
Oh, the Kiss demon. Shit, that was.
But before that, he was like the pit crew guy. Like he came out with the pit crew with all the details and decals and everything.
Oh man, who played?
Come on, internet.
The Kiss demon. Fuck.
All right, it's not important. Let's look it up later.
It's very important. Booms, look it up. Look it up.
Yes, because
it's very important. Because no one will be able to sleep tonight. Because I'll be fucking shitting myself from Vampiro still, and these people now will be able to sleep.
Playing Battlefield. Which one are you playing, by the way? Are you playing the first one or Battlefield 1? I should say.
Yeah, I'm playing Battlefield 1 on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think the first time I get it for Christmas and I played it the first time. And I was like, am I supposed to be dying like in 10 seconds? Because I was dying like every 10 seconds. But then like, yeah, you're supposed to be dying every 10 seconds. I thought I was the worst player. I thought I was the worst player of all. I just kept dying like every 10 seconds.
No, the tip is, when I'm playing on my own, I tend to be shit. But today there was like 4 of us who weren't at work. So we all had the mic in, we all had the headset in. And we all were a different class. So one was a scout, one was a medic, one was an assault, one was a support. Goes right at the top of the map, snipers, right click so everyone's all know what they're doing. And then the assault charges in, support and medic just cover their ass, and then boom, you win the game. So the tip for that game is to play with other people.
Nice.
Yeah, Vinny, didn't you used to be a game tester?
That's right. I used to be a game tester for Sony, Konami, Sega, with a good old Sega Dreamcast. I don't know if you youngsters ever remember the Sega Dreamcast, but I was a game tester for all those lovely games and the game companies. And yes, I am a nerd. I am a nerd of wrestling. Much just like I mentioned about some guy who was a Kiss and demon, and then a NASCAR guy. And I am a video game nerd for sure.
Yeah, just look that up. It's Dale Torborg who's credited. He played the MVP, the Demon, and himself, and he was with WCW for the longest time. He was also he was in the stable with Vampiro and the Insane Clown Posse called the Dark Carnival.
What a stable that was. Wasn't Great Muta in that too?
I have to look. That's a different thing to look up.
I'm sorry. You're gonna be fact checking me the whole night. I apologize.
Well, I gotta be. Hey,
he won't fact check you. You just need to make sure you tell Sexy Star what you said.
Yes.
I can't wait to tell her about that. I met your internet husband today. She's gonna be like, K.
How do you say restraining order in Spanish? Because I got a feeling that one's coming.
Right, but it's gonna go through Skype, so it's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
So if Booms isn't on next week, we know what the fuck's happened. Fucking poor bastard.
And yes, you're right. The Great Muta was also in the Dark Carnival.
All right, I finally got one right. All right, and that's.
Let's get their questions.
All right, getting them in here. A lot of this is just other stuff. Let's see. Zero Cool 666 says only Vinny can suck cheese through a straw. That's real talent. Because we talked about hitting her jaw wired shut.
It's good to know.
Let's see. Just triple.
To the top. There's some questions.
Go ahead.
Go right to the top.
All right.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead and take it. Okay.
Right, so you have Rennie Soms. He says, "Hi guys, both Angelico and Jack Evans both seriously injured themselves in the match. Jack Evans joined Angelico. We already know that one. Jeremiah versus Mill was like a. This is from Zero Pool 666. Jeremiah versus Mill felt like a tease for now, which is why I have no problem with this match being short. Fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Rennie Som says, yeah, Booms, Conan was a big part of the creation of Lucha Underground and also for scouting great talent for Lucha Underground and AAA. Chavo Guerrero also too deserves credit for Lucha Underground.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Zero Cool again says, Famous B dropped real truth bombs on Tejano. Awesome use of reality by Lucha Underground and trying it in with Tejano's growth in America. This one is an interesting one. Zero Cool 66 says, because AAA is run by idiots. Unfortunately, that's a bit nasty there. Bit nasty.
You said it was interesting. What do you mean?
Idiots in short. Yeah, he says because AAA is run by idiots in shorts. Unfortunately, I was like, what the hell does that mean?
In shorts?
Yeah, I don't know what he's got to be in response to somebody else.
Maybe he's got to grab people with pants. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
No comment. And then Rennie Soms, the last question, says, will you guys be reviewing Wrestle Kingdom next week? Yes, I will be doing it. So on January the 4th, it will be 12 hours after it airs because I might have work. Booms might be joining, Sammy might be joining, and Wrestle Talk SOS are 100% joining me. So excited for that.
Ooh, congratulations. Oh, awesome! What match are you guys looking forward to? Wrestle Kingdom, by the way.
Well, I'm excited for Ishii versus Shibata. Not sorry, Ishii. Goto versus Shibata. I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. I don't know why. I'm just really excited, and I like Shibata shit talking Goto on these press conferences that they're doing. It's really interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think this might be the time where Goto comes out victorious and then starts going after the main belt, because I don't know who's gonna win it. I'm thinking I think Okada's gonna keep it, but you never know. Omega's in a roll for sure. I mean, I wouldn't put it past having Omega win too, but no, I'm really looking forward to it. And then of course there's so much other stuff going on, with Cody, Cody coming in. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. And there's always some kind of surprise for Wrestle Kingdom. I'm wondering who's gonna be in the Battle Royal. I wonder if Cheeseburger's gonna be there again.
Oh yeah, Cheeseburger was over like big time there last year. They just really latched on to him, and I like seeing the great Kabuki go in there. He's like 90 years old, but still swinging those nunchucks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jokingly, I say the match I want to see is Tiger Mask W versus Tiger the Dark. Because
I mean, it's Ibushi. I mean, it's So, but who's gonna play the Dark? I wonder.
Isn't it ACH? Isn't it ACH? I think so, because when I was doing the I did a preview prediction show on Wikipedia, I clicked Tiger the Dark and it linked me to ACH.
Really?
Yeah, that's Wikipedia, so it might be wrong, but
I wouldn't mind Ibushi versus ACH match. Why not, right? I wonder if they're gonna have it, play, make it more of a gimmick with the cartoon. But I mean, I'm all for it. Why not, right?
I'm also looking forward to the Ring of Honor World Championship match, O'Reilly and Cole. I want to see that again. But in all seriousness, there's two that I actually want to see. I want to see Naito versus Tanahashi, and then Okada versus Omega.
Yeah, Naito's gonna. I think this is gonna be the one where Naito comes out victorious, and because he's been on a roll too. But I mean, New Japan's really strong right now. I will, and then with the Tana coming back from Noah. I'm still waiting for Suzuki to come back from Noah, because I'm still waiting that he's coming back and hopefully coming back to the G1.
Fingers crossed.
Go ahead, okay. What more questions we got?
I think that was it. It was generally more comments than questions, and I didn't really want to sit there reading people's conversations because I felt a bit rude.
Yes, because Cage is literally Thanos. Yeah, we really need to get that one in there.
Oh, you know, I liked it. I thought it was. I'm just scared to death to see what he's gonna do next.
We'll go.
Go ahead.
We'll go one last one, and it's Rennie Soms. He says Phoenix has been labeled by people the Roman Reigns of Mexico when cutting a promo in Spanish. Nasty. That's what apparently Mexicans say, according to Mr. Ronnie Soms, who usually is correct.
So he cuts a promo like Roman Reigns? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, so Rennie Soms says that in Mexico, Phoenix cuts promos like Roman Reigns, like not saying like the exact way Roman Reigns, getting booed, etc., etc. I don't know. I don't know what Mr. Rennie Soms is going on about here, but that's what I'm gathering from the way it's written.
I've never heard that before. I can't wait to figure that out. That's interesting. Huh.
Go on, Boom. Show them why you're the best salesman in the business, or pitchman, business, whatever the fuck you are. Just get it done.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you are, make it the best.
Of course. And Vinny, now real quick, if you want to follow Vinny, you can follow him at Twitter at Snoring Elbow. So be sure to check him out. Vinny, have you got any dates, any pending dates coming up? Anything you want to, anything that we need to know about if we want to catch you wrestle?
Yeah, I see. I got January 10th. I got some dates for over here in Fresno, California for Best of the West, and then in February I got a couple of dates for Lucha promotion called Pro Wrestling Revolution, and then it's independent pro wrestling, so something always pops up. And you never know, it's something's always in the works. Something always comes up, but you can always watch Lucha Underground. You never know when I might pop out, shitting myself in the bathroom, and with a big cup of Koco. You never know.
Yeah. Now, has working with Lucha Underground helped your bookings?
Yeah, it has. But at the same time, like you said, I've been wrestling since I was 16, so I kind of don't go out as much as the youngsters do. I like to come home and play some Battlefield. It's kind of pretty much.
Hey, your life, you do whatever the fuck you want, and there is nothing wrong with going home and playing Battlefield. I tell you that now.
Hey, I did all that. I did all the traveling and getting car rides and wrestling every weekend, twice a week, and I've done all that. And I know there's my bump card is coming to an end soon, so I'm going to pick and choose my battles a little bit more than most guys.
Right? Are you still doing work with? Are you still doing work with Wrestling for Charity?
Yeah, every now and then, they do not too many shows because obviously they're doing more for charity stuff. But yes, I do. I always like wrestling for them because obviously it's always for a good cause. But I still APW, but the Pro Wrestling Revolution over here is it's a big lucha company. Do a lot of those. So, but like I said, just check me out on Twitter, and if something comes up, I'll make sure to put it on there.
Okay, and if someone wants to book you, how can the best way to get in touch with you is Twitter?
Yeah, I have my email at massarowrestling@gmail.com. But you can basically, if you just go onto Twitter at Snoring Elbow and just kind of everything's on my page, and you can take care of that. And if anybody wants to do commercials where I'm eating a pizza or anything in a bathroom, call me up. I'll do commercials. KocoSports. I'll put it on the side of my boots. I'll do whatever you want.
Awesome. And I know you mentioned you play Battlefield. If somebody wants to play Battlefield with you, can they friend you? Can they, however that works?
Oh, of course.
Well, right. Do give that out. Come on, he doesn't want to be playing with fucking these imbeciles. Come on, give the guy a break. This guy is a wrestling star, and he don't want to be playing Battlefield with these people.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I apologize. I apologize for my co-host. I apologize.
Right. I can't wait to be playing Battlefield, and some guy goes, hey, what do you think about Roman Reigns and Phoenix is the Roman Reigns of Mexico? I'm like, what? I'm getting shot over here. Help me out, bro. You know, come on now.
I need my medic. What's going on?
Yeah, help me out, brother. Hey, what's going on with the Snake Tribe? I'm like, dude, I need a medic. Come on, help me out. We'll talk about Snake Tribe later.
All right.
No, that's one thing. I've literally only ever given my PlayStation on air once, and that was to a person who fucking EC Cuff, because I know he's a stand-up guy. I gave mine to him personally, but I don't like, because it's just, you know, you could get hacked, and I don't like giving that sort of information out.
Right. Yeah, and you know, and it does get kind of weird when you're playing, all of a sudden you get friend requests, and then they want to know your name, and it does get kind of they want to become your PlayStation wife from Mexico. I mean, it does get weird.
PlayStation wife.
All right.
Oh, go on then, Booms. Let's wrap it up.
All right. This is one of the best in the business. I want to tell everybody to check us out at KocoSports.com. That's KocoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports. It's where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got all reviews coming out all the time. We've got a Monday Night Raw review in the can. We've got SmackDown review in the can. 205 Live in the can. I think TNA is a clip show this week, so I think we're skipping that.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing TNA this. I'm not doing TNA this week. I apologize, everyone. TNA is literally just a best of.
Yeah, it's a best of right now, so that's why
I'm not watching it.
That's the reason why we didn't NXT.
Are you guys going to start doing the World of Sport? Or
yeah, I'll be doing what?
Yeah,
I'll be doing World of Sport.
Yeah, that's on our list.
Wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Grado. He's going to be on World of Sport, and he's a good friend of mine. And make sure, if you ever see him, make sure Vinny says hi. And that's pretty much it. And tell him Massaro, and then show him a picture of me because he won't remember who I am.
Absolutely. We've got, and plus LK, he even got the IPW UK International Super Show. That review's in the can. That's ready to go, and we're just cranking it out all the time. So we want to thank everybody for the support. So this is Boom Boom for the nice guy, and he is Vinny Massaro and LK. Just want to say thank you very much. And the boom just went bang, and I am out.